Hello students, welcome back to online class. How are you all? I know very well that you are all happy and you are all enjoying your life in your home. So it's very good. So dear students, you know very well that yesterday I have started a new chapter from the civics part, the lesson number 4, that is key elements of a democratic government. Uh, Yesterday, some of the points we have discussed. Let me revise that. We have decided that, we have discussed that what do you mean by government and the levels of the government, types of the government, responsibilities of the government. These are all points yesterday we have discussed, and in this chapter, key elements of a democratic government, in this chapter, we are going to study about democratic government. And also in this chapter, we are going to study about the South Africa country. How the government was there in the South Africa. Which type of discrimination was going on in South Africa. Regarding that, this detail we are going to study in this chapter. And this chapter starts with a story, real story. So it's not an imaginary story, it's a real incident which has happened in the South Africa. So what is that? So in South Africa, there was a girl, her name Maya. She was just 11 years old girl. How many years? Maya was 11 years old girl. So Maya's mother was cleaning the house. So when the Maya's mother was cleaning the house, she was removing some of the old boxes, and in that old boxes, so many old books were there, scrap books were there, and the old newspapers were there, and suddenly they fell down. And Maya had seen all the pictures, and she read the headlines of the newspaper. So what was there? Hector Peterson was killed by the police. Hector Peterson had been shot by the police. Like that she read, and she started asking to the mother. What? That 11 years old girl, that Maya, asked her mother that, Mama, these pictures what I'm seeing here, who is he? Who is this boy? Why the police department shot him, killed him? Like that she asked a question to the mother, and mother started saying the story. It's not a story, it actually happened in South Africa. So what happened? Hector Peterson, he was a 15 years old boy. He was a student studying in South Africa. So here one question will arise that why the Peter Hectorson was shot by the police department. And mother said that actually in South Africa, before it became the democratic country, in South Africa, Europeans were ruling that South Africa. Actually, Europeans came to the South Africa for the trade purpose, for the business purpose. Even Indians also went to the South Africa as laborers. But gradually, that Europeans became very powerful. They became superior, and gradually they started ruling the South Africa, and they started following apartheid. So what do you mean by apartheid? Apartheid means discrimination based on the skin color. What is that, children? Apartheid means discrimination based on the skin color. So I said to you that Europeans came to the South Africa for trade purpose, and gradually they started ruling the South Africa, and their government was there in the South Africa, and they were doing discrimination between the people. How? Skin color, on the basis of skin color. So first one is black skin people, and second one is white skin people. So South Africa people, the citizens of South Africa, they were black. Their skin color was black, and the Europeans who came to the South Africa for the trade purpose, their skin color was white, and these people were dominating all the government facilities, all the good facilities. White skin people were getting, but black skin people were not at all getting any best facilities, superior facilities. White skin people were leading luxurious life, but black skin people were under the problems. They are facing lot of problems. The government which was ruling that country, the government was giving all the best facilities, all the superior facilities to the white skin people only. So that government, how it was treating to the people means, it was treating on the basis of skin color. All the black skin people were ignored by the government. So white skin people became superior. So let me give you one example. Yesterday also I have given you that example, ambulance. So whenever there will be an emergency, we call ambulance and we will get the facility of ambulance. When let me ask you one question, that if the person is serious, if any accident happened on the road, when you call the ambulance, whatever that number will be there, when you call, the very soon, within a few minutes, the ambulance will reach that particular place. So when you call that ambulance people, that health department, they will not ask you, you are belong to which caste, you are belong to which religion. These all things they cannot ask you. They don't have any right to ask you. It is their duty to give the medical service to that patient. So, but in South Africa, what it was happening, children, white skin people, whenever it was emergency, ambulance facility was there for them, and the very best, well equipped, what is that, children? Well equipped ambulance facility was given to the white skin people. But whenever it was emergency for the black skin people were also getting the ambulance facility, but that ambulance was not having all the modern equipments. So this kind of discrimination was going on. See, children, it is very cheap, na? So whatever the government is giving the facilities, that facility should be given to each and everyone. There should not be any caste discrimination. There should not be any gender discrimination. Facility should be given. Facility should be given equal to all the citizens of that country. So only in our fundamental rights, the first fundamental right is right to equality. All are equal before the law. But in South Africa, it was not there. Why in our country, all are getting the facilities and we are equally treated by the law? Because India is the biggest democratic country in the world. But before, South Africa, it was not. Before, 1994, the South Africa was not a democratic country. The Europeans were ruling the South Africa. So like that, all the discriminations, they were doing amongst white skin people and black skin people. Just now I have given you the example of ambulance, and come to the train facilities and bus facilities. All the superior, the best trains and best bus facilities was given to the white skin people. White skin people were getting all the best train facilities and as well as bus facilities. But for the black skin people, they were also getting the train facility and the bus facilities, but those trains were different, those buses were different. Whatever the modern facilities in the trains, AC, air conditioner and all, the sleeping coach, whatever we are getting nowadays. So white skin people were getting all these facilities, but black skin people were not getting all these facilities. This type of discrimination was going in the South Africa. And one more thing I want to tell you, that all the best land, the superior land, had given to the white skin people only. And white skin people, they were living in the city, they were living in the modern cities, and all the best lands, all the best sites, that facility had been given to the white skin people, and white skin people were constructing a beautiful house in which it means that house, it was having all the facilities. That kind of luxurious life the white skin people were getting, having. Black skin people were not living in the cities. They were living somewhere very far away, and their houses were very simple. So yeah, now completely like this, the discrimination was going on. So all the citizens of the South Africa, they totally against of apartheid. They started protesting against apartheid. I said you already, what do you mean by apartheid? Apartheid means discrimination on the basis of skin color. And I said you that the boy named Peter Hectorson. Peter Hectorson, he was 15 years old boy, and he was studying in South Africa. So that ruling government, they made one rule that compulsorily they have to study in the language, the South African language. All the students who are living in the South Africa, they have to study the particular language, South Africa language. Like that, they made one compulsory rule, but Peter Hectorson was not ready to learn that subject, that language in that particular school where he was studying. He wanted to learn his mother tongue, Zulu. What is that language? Zulu language. Z-U-L-U. So the Peter Hectorson, he did not want to learn that South Africa language. He wanted to learn his mother tongue. So what was that? Zulu language. But that the ruling government, it was not giving the permission to learn this particular language. So what that boy has done, what that Hector Peterson had done, he made a group of the students, and he started struggling against that particular ruling government. So that time the police department entered. So there was a big fight between the students and the police department. That time, when the Peter Hectorson and his followers and his group, when they started fighting against that particular government, and I said you that the police department entered in between that conflict, and when it was out of control, the police department, what they have done means they started firing. So Peter Hectorson killed by the police. It means Peter Hectorson had been shot by the police department. So this is a story. This is actually happened in South Africa, and this story that mother said to her daughter Maya. Who is Maya? Already I said you, she was 11 years old girl. Like this, the system was going on in the South Africa. Black skin people and white skin people. White skin people were treated good. Black skin people were treated very bad. All the facilities had been given to the white skin people only. But black skin people were not at all getting the best facilities. I said you already so many examples, like ambulance example I said you that, and the superior, the best land example I have given you, the bus and trains example I have given you already. Dear students, this kind of situation was there in South Africa before the independence. In India, in our country, there was same discrimination, but not on the basis of skin color, caste system. Discrimination was going on in our country also under the caste system. So the castes were divided into two parts. One is upper caste and one more is lower castes. All the castes were divided into two parts. One is upper castes and second one is lower castes. All the lower caste people were neglected by the society. They were also not getting all these facilities. they were not having the right to get the education, and especially the scheduled caste people. What do you say that? The scheduled caste people, you can say the Dalit people, before independence, they were totally ignored by the society, and they were not having any right to get the education and all. And I want to tell you that the upper caste people were not given the permission. That is, the scheduled caste people were not having the right to live in the particular village, in the village or in the cities, and they were living out of the cities and out of the villages. And these people were not allowed to enter in temples. These people were not allowed to enter in the particular public places. These people were not allowed to enter in as well as school also. So this kind of discrimination was going on in our country also. How the system was there, how the situation was there in South Africa on the basis of skin color, like black skin people and white skin people, the same was going on in our country also, not on the basis of skin color, on the basis of caste. And still children, in our country before independence, there was a very bad evil, you can say that the bad system was going on, that we can say that untouchability. Can anybody say me that what do you mean by untouchability? So already I said you that the caste were divided into two parts. One is upper caste and second one is lower caste. So that time I said you example that scheduled caste people and scheduled tribes people, these people were neglected by the society, and I said you that they were not allowed to go in the public places like hotels, temples, and as well as in the school also. These people were not allowed to enter in the classroom. They were staying out of the classroom, and they were listening the lessons and all. Untouchability. The upper caste people were not touching the lower caste people. So this is called the untouchability. And even what we say that the father of Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So he was also born in that particular Dalit family, and he also faced all these problems like casteism and untouchability. And then too he decided that I have to change this society. So if I want to change this society, what I should do? First, I should be very highly qualified. And then he completed his education in our country also, and for the higher education he went abroad also. And when he came back to the India, he started writing the Indian Constitution. Regarding Indian Constitution, already we discussed a lot of many things we have discussed in the previous class. So finally, the Indian Constitution came into existence 1950, 26th January. So in that Indian Constitution, 6 fundamental rights are there. The first one is right to equality. All are equal before the law. There should not be discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, and gender. All are equal before the law. So now, if anyone is doing the discrimination on the basis of your caste, your religion, language, gender, whatever, they are punishable under the judiciary. What is that, children? They are punishable under the judiciary. Now, there is no any untouchability. There is no any caste system. Each and everyone go to the public places. They can go to the hotels and temples, and they can get the admissions in any institution. So why? Because right to equality has given in our Indian Constitution. This is about the discrimination which was going on in the South Africa. And finally, 1994, in the year 1994, the South Africa became democratic country. So this is very important, children. This year, just to keep in your mind. When the South Africa became democratic country in the year 1994, the South Africa became democratic country. So what is democratic country? Already we have discussed in the previous class. Let me tell you that the main feature of a democratic country is that the citizens will be having right to vote. In which country the citizens are having right to vote, and in which country the people are choosing their representative, in which country the people are choosing their political leaders. that is called, democratic country. And you know very well that India is the biggest democratic country in the world. And finally, the South Africa became democratic country in the year 1994. And one more thing I want to tell you that, do you know Nelson Mandela? Yes, absolutely, you are right, children. Nelson Mandela, he too faced all these problems. He too faced all these, problems, whatever the black skin people were facing, and he also started struggling against that particular ruling, government, African National Congress. There was a party. It's called African National Congress. Under this ANC, African National Congress, under this, the fight was going on, the struggle was going on. Finally, they got success, and South Africa became a democratic country in the year 1994. Okay, children, is it clear? Okay, now I'm going to explain you about the participation of the people, how the people are participating in the government work. The first one is the people are participating in the elections, because in the democratic country, you know very well that in our country also, after every 5 years there will be election. Okay, children, after every 5 years there will be elections, and the who are above 18 years, they are going to participate in the elections, and they are giving their valuable votes, and they are choosing their representatives, they are choosing their leaders. So because the same party, the same government is continuing, if they are not working for the welfare of the citizens or country, then that is not fair. For that reason, in our country, 5 years period is there. One government can work, one government can run up to the 5 years, and after 5 years there will be election. If that particular government had done all the good works, then the people are going to choose the same government in future also. If the government has not at all done any good works, and people will give their votes to the another party and that particular leaders. So like this, people are going to participate in the elections. So today it is enough, children. The remaining whatever the points are there, we will discuss in the next chapter. Till that time, take care of your health, be happy. And one more thing I want to tell you that very soon you are going to face the midterm examination, and all the informations like timetable and question paper pattern, portion, everything already was sent in the WhatsApp group. So please take care of be serious regarding the examination and all. And some of the students are not attending the examination. So please, you have to attend that examination. Those marks are very, very important. Okay, children? Thank you.